Let's bring in CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang for more. Hi there, Weijia. So what is the president hoping to accomplish during this swing through Philadelphia?
Well, President Biden has spent so much time in this state. Of course, there is a hotly contested Senate race there for U.S. Senate between Democrat John Fetterman and celebrity Dr. Mehmet Oz. And it is very close. And I know you guys covered the debate between these two men on Tuesday. And it's hard to tell at this point if that moved the needle in one way or the other. But certainly there was a lot of reaction about Fetterman's performance. So this fundraiser was already on the books, though. The president spending a lot of time there to raise as much money as possible, especially in these last few days, to try to, make sure people turn out.
Sounds like there may be a leaf blower somewhere near you, but we're going to try to forge ahead. Last night, the president spoke in upstate New York on the economy. He was greeted at the airport by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who did get caught on a hot mic giving his opinion on some key midterm races. So let's listen to what he said.
It looks like the debate didn't hurt us too much in Pennsylvania as of today, so that's good. And we're at the place where we're picking up steam about that. The state where we're seeing because the state where we're going down now, it's hard to believe that they will go for the.
So you hear him saying the state we're going downhill is Georgia. How do you think that could impact the president's and Democrats' midterm strategy?
I'm not sure that it will impact their strategy, but it certainly gives us a window into where these leaders are what they are thinking about these two very important races. At least when it comes to the majority leader, Chuck Schumer. What's interesting is we couldn't hear, despite our best efforts, President Biden's reaction. So we don't hear, whether he agrees with him or whether he, feels the same way, especially about that race in Georgia, which Schumer seems to be worried about. I think it's interesting that the president has not weighed in at all when it comes to John Fetterman and his performance during the debate. So I don't know that it will change their strategy. I think they're laser focused on trying to deliver a very specific message about the economy, which is why the president was in Syracuse yesterday. There is a congressional seat up for grabs where he was. And so I think they're just trying to, remind people of all the accomplishments they've already had, of everything they've already done to try to recover the economy. And they're hoping that that will be enough to get support on Tuesday.
Yeah, to follow up, Weijia, during those remarks on the economy, the president spoke about GDP growth and efforts to lower the deficit. So does the White House feel that its economic message is strong enough to counter concerns about inflation and rising interest rates?
First, I said Tuesday. Of course, I meant Tuesday, November 8th, Election Day. And I think that, publicly, they're very confident. They think this is enough. They think that it's an obvious choice between, everything that they have done and what Republicans are putting on the table. But certainly aides privately are expressing some concern, because the question is whether it will be enough to convince voters when they're not exactly feeling any relief right now. The president has passed and signed the Inflation Reduction Act, but those measures will not really start to have an impact until the beginning of the year. And so, of course, there are many other things that they've done. He's tried to curb gas prices. And so the question is whether the effort and whether what's coming down the pike is going to be enough. When we talk to people, they're asking, where is the economic success? It's just not translating. Yes, we understand that the deficit is shrinking. Yes, we understand that, all these policies are in place, but why aren't we experiencing that yet? And that is going to be what is really tough in this argument, in this final case that they're trying to make, that they can do better with the economy.
Voters will have their say on November 8th. Weijia
right.
Jiang at the White House for us. Weijia, thank you.
Thanks, Weijia.
Sure.